Hey, welcome back to Progressive Podcast. This is Elijah once again. Today, let's come to talk about Bitcoin and just how crazy it has been over the last couple of days. As I said last video, I'm going to begin to expand out to just other things that are crossing my mind, things that I'm interested in. This is something that I've spent all day reading about, looking into. This is the just the ripple effect of what Elon Musk / Tesla did today, as far as purchasing 1.5 billion dollars worth of Bitcoin, and moving forward, they are going to begin to accept Bitcoin as a form of payment for vehicles and other items. So I just want to really talk about Bitcoin and investments as a whole. It's interesting to see how Bitcoin is panning out. I'm not going to say I was one of the early adopters onto this. I do think I am near the beginning of when people, right before the major explosion in Bitcoin information, Bitcoin price. I first got into Bitcoin would have been spring of 2017. Beginning, I knew about it before then, just due to a couple of documentaries that you can see on YouTube here, or maybe it was on Netflix. I had watched a couple of documentaries. I had watched a movie called Dope. The kids in there were using Bitcoin in order to purchase items and not have to pay. And not get caught and do whatever. So that was the first time I began to look into it. Fast forward to 2017, I seen that the price doubled over like a 2-month span. So that's when I jumped into it. Price would have been right around $5,500 a coin. And I didn't personally get into Bitcoin until it was just shy of 10. I actually got into Litecoin first. So it's real interesting to see where Bitcoin is going, where it's headed. I was an early adopter onto Litecoin. I thought that I might be able to get a hit of the lake on Litecoin and ride that out to the top. I was sold on the Litecoin being the silver, the Bitcoin being an internet gold, and that did not exactly work out. I did make a good little bit of money on Litecoin, and then when everything took a turn for the down, I believe it was heading into 2018, December of 2018. When everything kind of peaked. Bitcoin peaked right around 20,000. Litecoin peaked around that same time. I then began to recalibrate and see what happened. I didn't sell off anything. And fast forward to June of 2020, I began to systematically put money into Bitcoin, purchasing Bitcoin every week, regardless whether the price was up or down. I did that from June of 2020 until I'm currently still doing that. Just put in another purchase today, even though it is at an all-time high. Currently, I believe we are currently, let's refresh this, approaching $45,000 for Bitcoin. And I am, I'm just interested to see where all this will go as far as price adoption into whether hedge funds and banks and companies, large institutions such as Visa recently got into it, PayPal, Tesla today. I'm real interested to see if this trend continues. If the trend continues, I think it's already established now that Bitcoin is not going anywhere. So many large players have invested millions and billions of dollars into Bitcoin that the price is pretty stable now compared to where it was when I first got in 2017, and definitely more stable to where when people got in prior to me. It is still a bit of a roller coaster. I would not be shocked waking up tomorrow, see it down 20%. I wouldn't be shocked if I woke up tomorrow and it was up 20%. So what I'm trying to do is I'm not going to go all in. I'm going to do the nibbling approach and just keep taking Bitcoin week after week after week, regardless if it's up or down. And I'm playing the long game. So that's part of what I want to talk today is about, just the long game in Bitcoin for a person who doesn't have money as accessible as other people. I'm not a millionaire. I don't even make 6 figures a year. I'm just a younger 20-year-old that's just looking to grow my money as safe and as quick as possible. Kind of good combination for that. So I look at this and I say, currently there are 18.5 million coins that have already been mined of the 21 million Bitcoins. The rest of the coins will not be fully mined until, and if you don't know what mining is, you shouldn't even be watching this video. You should start back at ground one to very entry level items into Bitcoin. But once the coins are fully mined out by 2021, it's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, I probably won't be around, and most people watching this video will probably not be around either. I actually just looked it up. 2021 babies are expected to have an 85-year life expectancy. So that would take babies born just this year into 2106. So that's still 34 years prior to when all the coins be mined. So I look at this as I might make good money on this, but if this is truly what I think it is, I'm doing this for my grandkids, so that I will be able to say, or be able to take the credit, take the initiative, take whatever it is that I was able to pass on something that is now worth multi-million dollars to my seeds of the future. That's something I hope they would look at back at this video 150 years from now and could see this is what my plan was. As I said, I currently put money into Bitcoin weekly. I'm going to continue to do that for as foreseeable future. I'm looking at this as a different form of a retirement for me. If my 401k is me taking, the give me layups as far as our, the more safer of a bet, layups, the give me's, I'm looking at this Bitcoin as something that might be a half court shot. Now, I believe it more than just, something that I don't believe in. I believe in the value of it. It's very hard to project something this far into the future. I think I'm going to make good money on it. And I'm hoping that no matter what, I will have this to give to my kids who have to give to their kids, that maybe this Bitcoin that I own will be worth a few $1,000,000 for them. And they'll be able to, be a major player in the new 2021, 2100 economy, whatever that may look like. I'm hoping that I gave them the good seeds for this. Another thing you have to look into is Bitcoin. There are, I don't want to say millions, but definitely thousands, hundreds of thousands of coins that have been lost, seized. So you have to factor that into the 18 million that are already mined. So of that 18 million, I wonder how many people actually have access to these. I've also recently learned that larger institutions are taking these Bitcoins and parking them, where they're buying out. I just recently read an article, I'm not going to say who, but I recently read an article that one company bought $10 million worth of Bitcoin. I believe that worked out to roughly 685 Bitcoin, and they plan on parking that. They plan on taking it offline, putting it in their vault, and writing it out. And when major companies like that are doing that, it makes me feel pretty good about putting in my money weekly, because these larger institutions, if they're parking that for 10 years, they think 10 years from now it's going to be worth a hell of a lot more than it's currently worth. All I'm saying is that if you have a little bit of spare income, you need to take care of your 401k first. You need to take care of your debt. You need to take care of maybe a couple other investments, house, gold, whatever. You need to have a lot of good sound investments first. But I think anybody who is looking to potentially pour a little bit of gas, or put a little bit of steroids into their investments, I think this is something that you need to definitely look into. Also, fast forward, I cannot stress enough that this is something that you are doing for your future generations. Although, if you would have bought a whole Bitcoin 5 years ago, you're making a good money here. But it's not retirement money. It's not hundreds of acres and real estate money. It's just good money here. So what I'm saying is, if you have a long-term view, you should look at this as put the money in and park it like those larger companies are doing. Just don't even think about it. And so that's all I'm going to say about Bitcoin today. See what it's already done since we've been on this video. It hasn't actually hit 45 yet, but I am interested to see where it goes. This is the Bitcoin blast off, takeoff. Please come back. I'm going to please subscribe. I'm going to talk about a couple other things. I'm going to begin to jump into just some of my other investments. Would love to see some of the feedback on this video. So thanks for your time and help. Subscribe once again. Peace out.